Hello, welcome to my channel once again. So today I found one very good website where you can practice your data analytics problems and some sort of visualizations on the go. So the website name is Kaggle, basically kaggle.com, and here you can create notebooks. So I'll have a separate video on the steps, basically how can you create a new notebook on the Kaggle and practice. But today's discussion is just limited to uh, basically some sort of simple visualizations on the data that you have. So I have just created here on the screen, you can see this data set, sample data set. So I'm very much fond of cricket, so I just created some dummy data where I have four players, Sachin, Saurabh, Sehwag and Kohli, and their respective scores in certain match and the current age. So this is completely hypothetical example. Uh, so as you can see, the data frame has been created and I've just given the columns, and I'm using pandas as a library. And the major focus of this session is to just give you a brief of how simply you can just visualize the data. So I'm using Seaborn for that. Of course, Pandas has their own set of libraries for visualizations, and Matplotlib also has. But I'm just using Seaborn because it's much more flexible and greater way of visualizations. So as you can see, I'm using the bar plot API from Seaborn library, and I'm passing the data frame columns. Basically, as you can see, I have on the x-axis I have just given the names, and y-axis I have just given the scores. And this is the format. This is the format of barplot API, which is taking x-axis, y-axis, and the data. So when I have already ran this actually, and when I ran it, it generates this useful diagram visualization where I can exactly see Sachin and Saurabh has 100 score, Rahul has 40 score, Sehwag I think 200, and Kohli has I think more than bit of 100. So it's a nicer way of visualizing the data. Similarly, I have just I've tried to keep it very simple. So in my later videos, I'll try to include some sort of other benefits of Seaborns. But as the moment, just I have created simple APIs. I mean, just to get hands on the visualization part. So here also, his plot is not defined. It says because I think because of I guess data name hist plot. Why it is not? Let me see just. And I've just given this. Yeah, I think some problem. No problem. So you can see the histogram. I think it doesn't make much sense because of this nature of the data, but that's how you create the histogram or hist plot basically of any data frame data. The another one is a scatter plot. Yeah, hopefully this also runs, and it's a x-axis I have just given name, and y-axis it's I have just given score, and hue is basically the on the right top corner you can see the colors, basically age, and based on the color is in this graph it is not very clear about the color. Almost looks pretty similar, but there is a difference, minor difference between the color. So that's how its scatter plot normally helps you to understand the distribution of the data across the visualizations. Yep. Yep. Thanks for watching. Yeah, hopefully I'll launch some more videos. Thanks again.